Oh, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rubbishcast. This is a podcast where me, a non-native English, try to show off my English skill talking about rubbish topics that no one actually wants to talk about. Or just some random nonsense, not topics that no one wants to talk about. So, this is a, podcast with a rubbish quality. So, if you're expecting like some high-end microphone, then you're totally fucked. Because this is not what this is about. This is just a random. It might be like a short podcast where I'm going to use my own images or videos that I recorded. Of course, they will not make sense, but it's just to do some sort of background. Because I don't want it only to be like just a podcast with me speaking. Because you probably are not listening to it in a large streaming app. So you're really listening on YouTube, and what the fuck are you doing here? So for today's conversation, in my first episode of this podcast, I'm going to talk about the TV show Skins. Did you ever watch Skins? It's a TV show from 2000, yeah? If I'm not mistaken, it's from 2000 and... Oh, just a short notice. I sounded like a posh twat in that recording. I don't even know why, because I don't speak like that. I speak informally. Like I don't speak like a upper class prick. That is just a warning. Whatever. It doesn't actually matter. 6, 7. I'm not sure. It's somewhere there. And also, I will talk about the Inbetweeners. Plus, just another note here. I still not feeling comfortable of speaking to a microphone or camera and posting it on the internet, so that might be the reason. And this amount of random clips I already recorded and posted somewhere. And well, so I wasn't raised in. Hold on, just let me get the onions, right? For fuck's sake. So, as I was saying before, I wasn't raised in Britain. I had never been there. Oh, fucking hell, this is actually quite heavy. Shit. Just hold on, lads. For fuck's sake. It's quite heavy, mate. Like, what the fuck? It's actually smashing my finger. Fuck off. Shit. Alright, so going back, as I was talking, I wasn't raised in the UK. I was raised here in Brazil, my homeland, which I'm proudly, which I proudly talk or speak about on the internet. I mean, not all the times. Most of the times I'm complaining, but I do love my homeland, because every single nation got their own problems, right? I think I will plug a headphone, right? Or an earphone or a headset, whatever, so I can move around my house without holding the phone. It will stay in my pocket and you can actually listen to me. So just hold on, let's go to my bedroom. And like I mentioned, it will be a continuous podcast. It will only have this brief pause because I'm going to connect to a microphone or something of the sort, so I can move around back and forth and still producing the content without actually yelling at you, or not yelling so my neighbours think, well, there's something wrong with that geezer. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like, why is he yelling like a fucking bastard? So let's go. Moment of the truth. Hello? Yeah, okay. So now you can hear me. Oh, that was really unnecessary. So, well, let's talk about Skins, right? That TV show from the 2000s. It's basically a TV show talking about a bunch of youngsters getting older. And, the complexity of each individual and how each person, find a way to deal with the problems, or how they poorly do it, because it's what I saw there. It's a bunch of young people getting old and they don't know how to properly take care of themselves or how to properly deal with their problems. It's mildly chaotic, There are some very sexual moments, so if you're planning to watch this and you have a very strict family, or for some reason your family don't like, you watching adult content or something that is close to that, I recommend you watching it. I don't know, maybe when you become like 18 years old, or when you're alone, or at midnight, like during the night, right? And lock your door. There are a bunch of topics where they talk about there, like selfishness of some people. Oh, fucking hell. The rise of the LGBT community, right? They talk about it too. They also they talk about a lot of things. I recommend you to watch it, right? And that TV show is there to break the stereotype of a teenager or youth TV show that is normally everything happy, glamorous, everyone get what they want, everything goes wrong, but there's a twist where, the character managed to overcome the problems. I mean, it's not like that. It's quite realistic. Like, they fail, they hurt each other, they hurt themselves. It's all the time like a realistic approach to what we see in real life. And if you have been raised in Britain, you probably, if you're older, like in your 20s or almost in your 30s or whatever, you might identify yourself with one of those young people, because you probably lived that time if you were raised in the UK, and you probably had like the same sort of experience going out to party, getting upset because the girl that you love don't love you back, or because your friend is a fucking prick and he's shagging your girlfriend in your back. Well, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that happens in that TV show. But the major point is the reality, and sometimes the cruelty that young people do to each other, or how poorly they behave. They either can't be sociable, or they are extremely dickheads, and they take advantage of other people, which is what one of the characters does there. In one of the last episodes, all his actions take toll, right? And a thing called karma just strike him back, and he got fucked. Like, at first, you notice who is a twat over there, who is the loser, that they can't do things right. You're gonna notice, what each character is about. And maybe you will identify with one of them, which is the scariest thing, because they managed to give approach to what an actual teenager are, like separating them by groups. Not that strongly, but there's like a huge group of friends, all mixed, whatever. And but each one of them, they are in a certain group, they behave in a certain manner, just like a young person. And in the second season, you experience the growth, right? But they still weren't able to deal with their problems. And then the third season, the fourth, fifth, and I don't know how long it is. I can't actually remember. Like in the third season, or a different cast, right? If I'm not mistaken, in the fourth, the fifth, and until I don't know that season, because I didn't watch it fully. I just watched it until the start of the first season. So this is why I know there's a different cast over there. But yeah, basically, you maybe see the characters, involving. I'm actually talking bollocks. Remember that I say this is the Rubbish podcast, or the Rubbishcast, right? Where I will talk nonsense, or I will talk about things that I don't know about, and I'm just assuming, right? But it is a great TV show. It is old, yeah. You might find it strange how flip phones and Nokia's was like the new thing. It was like the top-notch technology at the time. If you compare it with nowadays, I mean, to be fair, I want to talk about something else that is about technology. It's quite scary, isn't it? Like, in the 2000s, if you had a phone, a flip phone, like a Motorola or something of the sort, you were literally in the fucking moon. It was the top-notch quality, one of the best phones at the time. But nowadays, if you look, even that is basically like 15, 17 years ago, right? It looks so prehistoric, isn't it? Like when you stop to look at the old phones from the 2000s, you know, it's quite bizarre how we advance technologically speaking. Well, we need to prop some people because of that. Firstly, that guy with a funny mustache from Germany. If it wasn't from him, if it wasn't because of him starting a war, like no country would have developed that fast, scientifically speaking, technologically speaking. So we need to thank that stupid bastard with the funny mustache, because if he hadn't started a war, no country would be forced to study and technologically develop themselves, right? And second, unfortunately, like the first example, we need to thank two big countries who, you know, they didn't fall. They did had a beef, but it was more like a, if you do something, I'll kill you. Oh yeah, but if you do something, I'll also kill you. Or look, I had developed a new nuclear bomb. And then the other would say, yeah, look, I also had developed a nuclear bomb. Look, I sent the first man to space. Well, I send a group of astronauts to moon. Oh yeah, I send the fucking dog to space. What now, you bastard? So you know, it was a conflict, but they weren't attacking themselves directly. They were sending weapons, and they are literally running to see who got the best technology and which economical system was the best. So we somehow need to thank those people, even that they have committed a lot of mistakes. Some people might not agree. No, they did right. But yeah, anyway, it's weird looking and like how we developed ourselves so fast. It's quite scary sometimes when you stop to think about it. Because, for example, back in 2014, what was the newest console? What was the best console? PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Nowadays, they are getting updated. They are being unable to run games. Slowly, of course, because the hardware is outdated, but it is quite recent. But if you compare to the Xbox 360 and the PS3, mate, prehistoric. Some games are already shutting down the online mode. If I'm not mistaken, back in 2015, the last multiplayer game from PlayStation 2 closed the servers, which I didn't even knew that there was online games on PlayStation 2 that was actually available. I was quite impressed about that, because online gaming, at least in a third world country like mine, it was something from another world that you would normally do in a computer. So there was a lot of LAN houses, that you would go and play your Counter-Strike 1.6 or your Dota, World of Warcraft. Yeah, I really did a massive jump, wasn't it? Like I said I was going to talk about skins and the Inbetweeners, and then I jumped to technology. But yeah, going back to the TV show, I will talk about that in another podcast about technology. It's because I can't maintain myself in a certain topic. If there's a tiny branch, a tiny opportunity where I can jump to another topic, I accidentally do that. Gunshots. I've got a neighbor who keeps shooting for no fucking reason. He's a fucking disgusting little twat. But yeah, going back. So when you look at the TV show, it seems outdated, but it feels recent, right? And I had some sort of experience while watching, because I felt like an emptiness, because my young life, even that you don't fucking care about, I didn't went to parties. I wasn't allowed to go to parties. I was always stuck at home playing my video games, so I had a totally different experience, right? I had strict parents, who never let me to go outside. So basically, quite sad. That's why I'm if you speak to me or whatever, I'm barely sociable because I'm a fucking tosser when I'm speaking to people. I just don't know how to properly socialize with, people. Of course, on the internet it's totally different. It's a little bit easier, but speaking face to face is a total different story. And it's quite weird for me. But yeah. So basically, if you want to watch Skins, is a TV show about young people growing up and trying to deal or not deal with the problems of their lives, and I totally recommend. And now let's just talk about the Inbetweeners, right? Because it's just a test episode, so this is why it's so bland. It doesn't make too much sense because I jump from one topic to another, and that feels kind of misplaced, right? Because I say, Skins, Inbetweeners, and then I was talking about Second World War, briefly speaking about the technological advance at the time, and Cold War, the same. And then I returned back to Skins, and then briefly talked about it. It's just a test episode. But just beware. Skins is more like serious. It's more dark. It doesn't make you laugh. It is a show that hits you hard in your face and said, man, this is a fucking drama. Alright? This is not a fucking comedy show. If you're looking for a comedy, you came to the wrong. It's just a bunch of mentally misplaced, puzzled young people trying to, understand what is going on in their heads. But the Inbetweeners is totally different. If you're looking for a comedy, then you should go watch the Inbetweeners. And why? Because it is a comedy. But let me tell you what, it's extremely cringe, but it's a good cringe, It's also from 2007, it's 2000 something. There are 2 films, right, that was launched after the end of the TV show. People said that the second film is not worth watching it because it was... Just a second, I need to pause the podcast, for fuck's sake. Alright, I'm back. I had to do a couple of things, but now don't worry about it. I'm back, so let's keep going. So the Inbetweeners, I can't remember where I stopped. When I stopped the recording, I just give it a pause because I had to do something else here. Personal life things, right? Yeah, so basically, the Inbetweeners is a comedy. It's not something serious like Skins, which is mostly just punching your face and showing the life isn't like fucking Glee or whatever, So basically, you will see a group of teenagers, right, young people, that they are not popular, they are not unpopular, they are not nerds, they are not jocks. They are literally in between. They don't belong to any of the groups at the school, and they are weird. So weird that even the weird students, they do not go with them, some way of saying. And whatever they plan to do, it goes slightly wrong, or there's a comedic twist behind it, and it is funny. Trust me. Even if you somewhat struggle to understand the British accent, let's suppose you're learning, British English in your early stages of learning, but you can understand. There are a couple of slangs that you need to learn before watching it. On the other hand, you'll be like, what the fuck? Right? So one of the first slangs that you heard, and you probably will not know about, is bender. Bender is a slang for homosexual, gay, right? Or bender, bent. Okay? Fucking out my nose. So what about fit? Fit is a slang for, gorgeous, hot. So if they say, oh, that girl is fit, that means that they are saying that girl is hot. Or boy, sometimes you hear like some girls saying fit. right? That is one of these slangs that you will mostly hear. Twat, if you might ask, is idiot. This is another, another way of saying idiot. If you end up hearing spastic, please do not say that if you go to the UK, because it's a way of saying idiot, but this is extremely more offensive. It's like if you're saying that to like a mentally disabled person, or just literally trying to offend someone. So don't say spastic in the UK. That is completely out of question, and you shouldn't do that. I mean, do whatever you want. If you receive a punch in your face, right, that is not up to me. It's up to you. It's your life. I'm not your owner. I'm not your father. I'm not your family member. So fuck. Do whatever you want. But yeah, if you're looking forward to watch a comedy, The Inbetweeners is the correct one that you need to watch. There are 3 seasons and 2 films. I don't know if I mentioned that before, because like I said, I'm recording it on the phone, and I had to do a couple of things, so I cannot actually remember. But yeah, what else can I talk about? Yeah, well, basically, you've got 4 characters, which are the main characters. I mean, there are some side characters that you would see them in basically almost see every single season, but the main ones are William Mackenzie. I forgot the actors. I don't actually care. Simon. I forgot what is his surname, but it's Simon something. That is Jake Cartwright, the one who talks about sex all the time and all his accomplishments in his sexual life, or blah blah blah, but you know, it's fucking bollocks. That is another thing. Bollocks is like bullshit. Like, nah, you're not. This is not serious. Bollocks, you know. That is another slang that you need to know. So yeah, Jay Cartwright, the fake fake non-virgin, but he's actually virgin. And then you've got Neil. He is a dumb character, but he's the less cringe one over there. Like, he's just stupid. He might be handicapped or something. Like, the TV show doesn't properly explain, but he might have some disability because he failed to understand some things. So, he is the less shameful of all of them. Then there's, I think, Charlie DiMatto, the girl that Simon fancy. Fancy is another thing. It means beautiful, but it also means that you like someone. Like crush. I don't know if you ever heard the term crush, or crush him or whatever, but not related to assaulting someone, but you like the person. At least in my country, crush is a term when you like someone. And it doesn't make sense because you speak Portuguese, but whatever. So, fancy, in the TV show, like if you hear in any old TV show, oh, do you fancy me? It's like, do you like me? You see, I came to talk bollocks, nonsense, and a lot of fucking rubbish. This is why it's called Rubbishcast. But I'm teaching you English for free. So I think that even if you did not like it, even if you think that I'm too bland and boring, you should tune in for the next episode, which I don't know when it is. I'm just going to post that, and I hope you guys like it, right? Like, if you watch it and you say, oh, that is fucking brilliant, mate, I liked it, yeah, come on, get in, or whatever, and then I'll produce new episodes. And that was my main purpose, my main aim over here. It isn't going to be like a long podcast. It'll be something short. You know, to not take your time, so you can, you know, just digest this in a short period of time. And you know, because not everyone got a lot of free time like me, an unemployed twat who doesn't have a job. Most people, oh yeah, I forgot, twat, yeah, I don't know if I explained that, but it's basically idiot, but or prick. It serves both. But yeah, basically, it's going to be a podcast where I will talk about random things, right? And maybe to help some English learners, but it's not going to be about English learning, so fuck off if you came here to... no, stay here. If you came to, listen to whatever bollocks I'm saying, or like, if you came to listen to it because you think it might be interesting, then, just stay here. I wouldn't recommend you to share this podcast with someone because it isn't that productive. It ain't gonna add you any sort of knowledge. A bunch of curse words are slangs that are common in Britain, or they're already dead because bollocks. Not everyone say that anymore. Recently RD, he say that on his music, 6 a.m. Brighton. There's a part where he says the average rapper think he's the dog's bollocks. There's a part of his song that he says that. But so far, that was the only recent 2020, I think it was 2020 or 2021 mention of the word bollocks that I heard. Because most of the TV shows where I heard bollocks, they are from 2007 or older than that. But yeah, if you want to watch drama which punches you in the face and say, yeah, mate, life is like that, it's fucking rubbish. Not everyone that you love will love you back, and you, young little twat, you will not get the things you want just because you want. You have to just try to find a way to accomplish them. So get up of your ass and, I don't know, do what you have to do. It's a slightly realistic TV show. It is more than the Inbetweeners. I forgot, because the only reason why I'm talking about the characters in the Inbetweeners is because they will not change from the first to the third season and to the end, from the first to the second movie or film, whatever you prefer to call it, is the same cast. It's the group of 4, right? But in Skins, they changed in a couple of seasons. But that's why I'm not going to talk about it, right? Because I'm not here to do like a in-depth analysis of each character. So, I forgot. There's Phil, teacher. There is the woman who's mom, that I forgot her name, but everyone, want to her, because she's fit. What else? I got Charlie. There's a Scottish girl that I forgot the name. There is Jake Hotwright father, which is quite disgusting, but whatever. Simon's brother. What else? I don't know. There are side characters. The most important I already talked about. Will be called the briefcase wanker, right? Because he was quite stupid. He arrived at a public school with a fucking briefcase. Simon is just fucking weird, right? Jake Cartwright is also weird, but not that much. And Neo is just dumb. And that's it. Sorry, I'm eating. So sorry for the noise. Well, basically, I think I should stop here because I don't have nothing else to say. But yeah, I have some extra things to talk about. I don't know where you're listening this, but all my social medias are rank ship. So my SoundCloud, my SoundCloud, my SoundCloud is rank ship, right? My Instagram rank ship, all in lowercase. None of them are in uppercase. Also my YouTube channel where both episodes will be posted on SoundCloud and YouTube. All right. With that said, I hope you guys fuck off. Have a good evening, good night, good morning, whatever when you're listening it. And I don't know, enjoy your weekend or your week, whatever. And make sure to tune in for the next episode that I don't know when it's going to be. Because it's just a project where I'm showing off my English. And I don't think this is the proper material to get a job. But, it's just a way of telling like, listen man here, yeah? Man can speak English, you get me? Like, come on lad. Yeah. Maybe someday I will bring some more serious topic, but today was just a piss taker. Just like random things that I said in the middle. But yeah, when it reached 31 minutes, I will stop it. So, hello, I'm over there. Whoa.